Hi everyone, I'm Bogdan, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a custom Haystack component using our template repository. This repo basically gives you everything you need: the project structure, testing, linting, publishing, and CI/CD workflows, so you can focus on your component logic. We start by clicking use this template to create our own repo, and we give it a name that matches our integration. For this example case, I'm going to create a component that simply uppercases input text, so I'm going to name it uppercaser Haystack. Here we can see now the repo that got created from the template, and the next step would be to clone this repo and add the custom code for the component in the IDE of your choice. Now that we cloned our repository and opened it in the IDE of our choice, we can start adding our custom component. And for this, we basically just have to search for to do in this repository and address all the tasks that are marked with a to do. First, we're going to add our custom component opening example component.py. Creating a Haystack component is relatively straightforward. You just need to decorate a class with the component decorator, define an init method for your parameters, and implement a run method with your component logic. The run method uses the component.outputTypes decorator to declare what it returns. This example consists of a simple string modification, so we can keep the existing input and output types. So let's address the to-dos. The first would be to rename this class and just call it uppercaser. And the second one would be to implement your component logic. Here we just call upper on our input string. You'd replace this with your actual custom logic, so calling an API, pre-processing documents, whatever your integration needs. Now that we added our custom component, we changed the file name. So let's just name it also uppercaser, and we also adapt the init file. Next, we update the pyproject.toml file addressing all the to-dos. For example, by changing the package name, adding a description, and most importantly, adding any dependencies that the component needs alongside Haystack AI. Last but not least, we add tests to make sure our component works as intended and keeps on working when updating it. I added a couple of unit tests. Let's check that they pass by activating the head shell for this project and running the unit test command. And we can see all of the tests have passed. Now that we're confident that our component works as intended, we can push it to our repository and publish it to PyPI. For this, we add a PyPI API token in the settings of our repository here. Next, we create a tag and we push the tag. This will trigger a GitHub action that automatically takes care of publishing our package to PyPI. And that's it. From template to published package, everything is already set up for you. Clone the template, write your component logic, add tests, and ship it. Check out the README for the full details. Happy building!